everyone, this is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 210, and we're recording on November 7th, 2022. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, so as many of you know, we took a week off because of the tragedy in Itaewon, as we're not alone in that. I think a lot of the K-pop sphere has taken a break over the week. I think we'll talk about the tragedy a little bit more in the news section because obviously some of the news is related to that. But in more happier news, we got a sponsor this week. We have a shout out this week, and we have announcements this week. So let's just get into that. So SojuTalk episode 210 is brought to you once again by Minty Joy. Minty Joy is a handmade jewelry brand that uses only the finest pressed dried flowers and leaves. Minty Joy is proud to announce the arrival of their new Baby's Breath collection, which is a modern classic style that fits almost every outfit for both dress and casual wear. And this month, Minty Joy is offering SojuTalk listeners a November coupon code for 10% off if they purchase on mintyjoy.com between November 7th through the 30th. So use the code SJT10, so SJT10 at checkout for a 10% discount. And you can find Minty Joy at mintyjoy.com, mintyjoy.com, which is where you could do the code. Or for some reason, if you don't want a discount, you could also visit them on Etsy at mintyjoy.etsy.com. So shout out to them for sponsoring this week's episode. Boom.
Thank you. Wow, let's go.
All right. In terms of shout outs, a big shout out to our new Fire patron, Emma, and also Rachel donated to our PayPal. So shout out to all.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, guys. Wow.
Awesome. Our links to those type of things are in the YouTube video description. And then I think Warren has something to say.
Yes. I've alluded this many times, but we had to postpone it a couple times. Right now, SojuTalk Nation is building a girl group tier list together. So we did this in 2020. I was like, you know what? It's time for an update. The generations have changed. So here's how you can take part in this. Go to our Discord. You will find a link to a Google form. You get to rank a whole bunch of girl groups between the tiers of S, A, B, C, F, and all that, typical tier list stuff. It's just in Google form format. Once we have all the results next week, we are going to average out all those results, do our statistics analysis numbers thing, and we'll talk about it at the after show at the end of the day. So if you want your voice to be heard in this process of democracy, go to our Discord.
Yes.
Links will be in our socials or in our descriptions, and you can take part there. Yeah.
Bro, these are always so spicy. Like, oh my god, every single
Surprises.
time. Surprise. Yeah, it should be interesting though. I think there are a lot of strong opinions in either direction, and we will talk about it. Yeah. Okay, we're at music. What we did, because we took a week off, is we took the songs from last week, the ones that we did the vote last week, and then we canceled the pod afterwards, but we did a vote. We put the songs that got a lot of votes, and then we placed them against the songs from this week. All the songs from this week are from last week. So we're talking about Alice Dance On, Acid Angel of Asia, which is a subunit of a pre-debut group called TripleS Generation. And BTS Jin released Astronaut, which is his solo debut, and the song he's going to release before he goes to the military. Let's talk about Alice first. So this came out all the way back on Thursday, October 27th. They are from IOK Company. They debuted 2017 as Elris, and they had a rebrand as Alice in the spring, but this is the first actual mini album release, because I know they released the song that was non-album, but I'm really considering this like the first actual release as Alice. Their last songs was Power of Love, which was that non-album release as Alice, and then they have Jackpot and Miss You, which were released when they were Elris. 0 music show wins so far. Okay, we got through it all. This song, whatever they're doing now, is clearly the right direction, right?
It works.
Like, this
Working.
works. I'm not the most familiar with the Elris discography. I can name off the top of my head a couple songs, but I would say it's not super memorable. This is a good song though. This whatever direction they decided to go now makes complete sense to me. I think it's catchy. I think it's fun. Warren said before the pod, it kind of feels a little in the Fromis direction. I completely agree with that. I like this. Yes.
I feel like I'm not super familiar with the entire Elris discography as well, but if I think about stuff like Jackpot, for instance, it had a very much like a edgy crush dynamic to it a little bit, a lot of, huge energy. And I feel like a lot of that has been kind of replaced with like some of the more safer choices that they're making right now, which is where I pulled out the Fromis description, because the genre itself is so disco based. And like, if you look at the concepting, it feels a lot more approachable. They're wearing jeans and like cool t-shirts and whatnot, instead of like this cool elaborate stage uniform, you know what I mean? Like they're in a tennis racket court at one point, like that's relatability at its peak.
That's a girl group trope at this point.
And it is.
Straight up.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the end result of it, like everything works pretty well. None of it is like disturbingly standing out. Maybe the drums are a little loud, a little bit, I do feel like the song itself is a little too standard though. They're making a lot of safe decisions, understandably so, because they're shifting their concept almost 180. I wouldn't say completely 180, but we can talk about that more in a second. Anita, what do you think?
I mean, definitely, I agree with a lot of what you've already mentioned, because I do feel like I am enjoying this switch. It is very safe, but it's nice, so I'm not complaining. I do feel like there's like this feels more easy, or like more natural than I think some of the stuff I remember with Elvis, specifically Jackpot. I don't know if it feels more approachable, like we've already mentioned, like general audience friendly. Something that we can kind of say like, oh yeah, this is something I'm familiar with. I can get into this, and it works. I feel like it's working really well. I think for me, the thing that really brought it all together and kind of made it, even though it was safe, it still made it like very enjoyable, was the chorus. I think
good
it
chorus,
really
good
brought,
chorus. Good
yeah,
chorus.
if you have a good chorus, like you can really work with this. I feel like the dance was really fun in that section as well. So I don't know. I feel like even though,
especially on the da 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 da, like I think the choreo, they choreo so perfectly to the chorus.
Yeah, like there's a lot of energy, a lot of like hopping too, like hopping moves here and there, and like I don't know. I feel like it made sense with the sound, so I'm not complaining in that end either. So I guess moving forward, I guess this route feels good, but just a little more like what makes it Alice now, I guess. Like what is the difference that they're bringing?
That's a good point.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Because like if I want to listen to music that's in this realm, I feel like especially in the last like 2 or 3 years, we've had a lot of artists do something of this route. And we mentioned Fromis over and over again because they've kind of dug into this concept a lot, to the point where like last time we talked about Fromis, I was like, maybe it's time for a change up a little bit. So with that in mind, I'm like, okay, like it's fun, it's cool, but at the same time, a little bit of risk taking would be kind of something I look forward to if I had to nitpick a little here. That's what I'm saying.
I would also like to see some consistency, because their releases while they were Elris were kind of just like chasing girl group meta, I thought, where it was just like one style of girl group song after another style of girl group song. There wasn't any kind of unifying theme. I would like to see some kind of unification of direction. I think that would help them out extremely. I think they also run the risk of having it a little bit of Sohee and the Friends, but I think it's okay at this moment. Especially in the music video, there's a lot of Sohee forward which I get it. She's the main kid, but at the same time, it's like I thought a lot of the other girls had a lot to offer to this group.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't like. It's a pretty safe song. There's not too much to talk about. It's just easy listening. It's pleasant. I don't think there's anything objectively to stand out in either direction. Right? It's not. There's nothing that's like blowing my mind. Nor is there anything that I'm like, that was terrible, right? So I think it's just a solid song, a good reintroduction. I want to see what they do on song 2. I think that's the main thing I'm left with. which is a good sign.
I kind of agree with you. I really hope for consistency, and I feel like based on the marketing material they're sending out, where they're making a big deal about this concept change, I hope they keep it. I hope they go with it, cause like it's not a market that's very saturated at the moment. Just this genre of music is. This concept thing is not, you know? So I don't know. Wouldn't say no if they continue going this direction, especially when they haven't really had a solid singular direction yet so far.
Yeah, some of the girls switched their names too. My favorite member when they were Elris was Bella, whose real name is Yuna, but now she's Doa. So there's like 3 names unbalanced. At least the other girl who switched her name switched to her real name. So, you know, it makes sense. But I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is. Overall, though, I like this. I don't know. This is very classic girl group sounding, right?
It is.
And I like classic girl group sound, and I think that's why this is successful, and I think that's why From This 9 is doing well at the moment. Boom. Got anything else to say? I don't know. There's not too much, right?
It's good.
It's good. It's all right. Yeah, it's nice.
Okay,
I like
Let's move on to the next one. I got a lot to say about this next one. Acid Angel of Asia, Release Generation. They are from Mod House, and this is a pre-debut group for a group that's gonna come out sometime in 2023 called TripleS. Okay. This featured 4 members: Yuyeon, Nagyong, Yubin, and Hedin. And let me talk about TripleS a little. So it is a upcoming 24-member girl group under Mod House. This girl group plans to combine the worlds of NFT and K-pop. The members will rotate between the group's unit, solo, etc., chosen by the fans. They will present a new dimension every season with new concepts. The fans will also be able to participate and communicate with the content of the group, and it is led by Luna's ex-creative director, the ever decisive Jaden Jung.
Oh boy, Jaden.
This is a lot.
This is a lot to go on. On a big picture sense, I'm concerned, right? I'm a big picture sense with this 24-member group, NFTs, a lot of units, solos, fans get to pick stuff. I'm concerned. But on a singular level, on the song generation, this is a good song. Straight up. This is straight up a really good song.
Should we talk about the song first or the business model first?
Let's talk about the song first. Let's just talk about the song.
Okay. Because no, I kind of agree with you. I like the song too. It's like easy pop that's very, very roomy and very easy to listen to, but it's not boring at any moment, you know?
No, it's that kid in your class who knows they're cool, so they don't have to show off too much that they're cool. That's what this song is. Like the song knows it's good, so it doesn't have to shove it down your throat that it's a good song. It's just kind of like, we're cool. We're chilling.
It's that one kid who sits in the back, but like they're not a bully. It's just they're just chill, you know? Like
yeah, they're just a chill kid, and you're like, I don't know, kind of mysterious, but everyone kind of likes them, but they don't say too much, you know? That's this song. Overall, there's some magic here. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
There's a little bit of like ooh with this song, right? I don't know how the way I'll describe it is it feels like to me if we threw together some of the New Jeans magic and we throw some pre-debut Luna and we smash it together, it feels like this.
Oh, okay, yeah. I definitely got that. Well, not necessarily sound-wise, but in the aesthetic, I guess, the visuals, the choices, right? Because I thought some of the like the panning of the camera and like some of the sets and like the webcam type of filming that they did was very reminiscent of Attention from New Jeans. Or that's where I remember seeing it. And I guess a lot of the like outside setting, like going through the city type of vibe was also similar to that.
Elevator scene was baller too. I love that scene.
Dude, my favorite scene was when the cops are running towards the girls.
Yeah.
In the subway.
What did they do that warrants a cop just running towards them?
Yeah, are you not allowed to film K-pop in subway stations? I don't know.
Right, like what did they jump the fence or something? Like what happened?
I don't know. Kids do cover dances at Gwanghwamun and Korea all the time.
Especially now. Yeah. But no, I definitely feel like one thing that is like a common denominator between TripleS or AAA And New Jeans is they're trying to build a lot of relatability with like the younger folks.
Yes.
Yeah. Because like if you look at what they're wearing, it's like it's like sweatshirts, jeans, stuff that you kind of see on the streets, but at the same time, it's like the stuff that the cool kids wear. Like you know what I mean? Like, they're on TikTok. Guess who is also on TikTok? People these days, you know, like
the brown look when they're in the room doing the la 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 part is fantastic.
I love that look.
It's great.
So good.
Yeah,
it's so
my
good.
Favorite.
That girl in the front too, she's killing it. I don't know her name, but that girl was absolutely destroying it.
With the hair.
The one with the beanie. The one I thought she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah.
This is interesting. The song is it's not too complicated. The chorus is literally a la 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 part, and you would think that something like that would be like, oh, this could be bad, right? This could be repetitive and terrible. It works though. I don't know how or why, but this song is just a vibe. Like
the arrangement of this track is like it's pretty interesting, especially for K-pop standards, because pretty much all that's going on is like some basic fill instruments, and then on top of that you have the drums. And then you have a lot of guitars because, right, like on the verses, if you listen carefully, there's these popcorn guitars going on the right side. And on the left side, you have these strummed rhythm guitars.
Yep.
So two separate guitar patterns that kind of work off of each other. And that's like it's so cool. It's so interesting. It's not something you see in K-pop too often. Other genres, sure. Not in K-pop, though. And then on top of that, there's a lot of like reverb vocals that really gives it a very roomy, it's very minimal, but at the same time, very full feeling that really, I don't know, it's just very interesting. Yeah, no.
I don't know. It's so good though.
They didn't do a lot. They just did the right amount of things very appropriately. And it works so well. Yeah.
They just made so many correct decisions for some reason. And it's great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Anita doesn't agree apparently. Why?
No, okay. I feel like I do, but I'm not like 100% in the same level of agreement because I did feel like first time around here in the chorus, I was like, oh yeah, this is very cool. Choreo is very trendy, very, very simple, very minimalist. And I feel like, okay, this is pretty nice. Second time around, I feel like, okay, this is the loop, right? The la 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 part of the chorus. I thought like, okay, this is obviously like the hook, like the main thing, but I feel like, oh, we're using it quite a bit. The song is not that long. And then I guess maybe what really changed my opinion a little bit was the live stages.
Oh.
Because I feel like in the music video, it's like very, very aesthetically pleasing, and you kind of go through the visual story, right? So it kind of keeps you, I guess, more entertained visually, but in the live stages, like the choreography is very, very simple. So I almost feel like it could have been a little more to keep up with the very interesting sound and the concept, right, that they're trying to portray.
Is it?
And because
you're kind of right, Anita. Without like the cool camera angles and stuff, the live stage is not as engaging. Right?
Okay, because I'm the one.
Yeah, and I feel like.
Because I'm the one filming, I can't check this out right now. Is it basically just TikTok choreo for 2 minutes, 40 seconds?
You know that like the shoulder popping part? It's a lot of that.
Yeah, because that's the hook. That's the part that repeats the most.
I sing that part all the time.
Right? And I feel like it's cool. It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not a bad hook or like a dance point choreo and stuff. I just feel like for the introduction that they're creating, right? And like how visually pleasing the music video is, I feel like we could have incorporated a little bit more of that into the live performances to like emulate that a little bit, or with the choreo, or I don't know, the sets. I don't know what it was. I just felt like the live stages felt a little plain. I don't know. Well, but that's just me.
That's your take on choreo. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. The other side of that is obviously the vocals, and I feel like even there it's pretty minimal stuff, but the song itself isn't something that requires a lot of talent, but more so a good understanding of this genre. And I feel like they really had that, and that's what stood out to me on a positive note, which makes sense because BB's younger sister is actually in this group.
What?
Yeah.
BB's younger. Oh wait, I heard about this. This is the group?
This is the group. there's
Is
the
she
girl
in this
named.
music video or no?
She is. Yeah, the girl named
She is?
Kim Na-kyung. Her older sister is the KR&B artist BB.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know, if this subunit, this Acid Angel from Asia wants to do this minimalist stuff, I'm completely fine with that. You know, I wouldn't have any reservations about it.
Knowing Jaden Jung, that's what I'm worried about.
That he won't do it,
Fair.
or he won't.
Yeah, because like if you look at Luna's pre-debut stuff, he was doing like 12 different genres for 12 different folks. Which I mean, you know, makes sense a little bit more in that direction because it was 12 soloists versus, you know, these are how many units they're doing. But who knows? We're still very early on, so like, if they want to play around little bit, I guess that's fine. A little bit.
There's another subunit going to be called Crystal Eyes, with the KR in parentheses.
Oh, they're the ones that are teased at the end, right?
I believe so. Yeah. We got 2 subunits.
Interesting.
Coming.
Wait, no, it's not just the parentheses. There's a plus in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of groups.
Let's open this up and be a little more big picture now, right? We talked about the song a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Jaden, if you're not really into the girl group sphere, you probably don't. Jaden Jung was like the mastermind behind the Luna pre-debut project and the first couple releases, maybe first 3, 4, whatever it is. But he's the guy who like thought of the Lunaverse, thought of all this weird, crazy lore, thought of the subunits. He laid the foundation for what Luna is, right? Essentially. Whether you love him or whether you hate him, he has big ideas, right? Whether he can execute them in the long term that's a bigger debate, but it really comes down to this mod house company. I don't know who they are. I don't know how much money they have, right? But how long can you sustain Jaden's vision is what it really comes down to, and the commitment to it.
So, a little bit of context there. Mod House was founded 2021 November 30th by Mr. Jaden Jung himself.
It's him. It's literally him.
It's him. He's the lad.
It's him with some backers, I'm assuming, some financial backers.
He has received funding from Naver and a couple companies in the CJ realm.
Oh my goodness.
So he's got the big bucks. He is clearly going ahead to spend the big bucks because he's debuting a group of 24 folks. That's the biggest K-pop active group right now, right? I can't think of anything beyond...
On paper, yeah.
Yeah. No. 20 anything above 15 is a lot for me, you know.
And this ain't no regular buffet. This is like Las Vegas casino buffet at this point, y'all.
Boy, there's a sushi section. There's a breakfast section.
This is one like with lobster tails. The one you pay like $75 to go in, unlimited lobster tails.
Oh boy,
that's what this is now. We'll see. Like, I'm excited. This, at the end of the day, this Angel of Asia thing made me very excited for this TripleS, and I think it's cool because we're starting to these days see girl groups who are not from traditional powers get some hype with their debuts. I like this. We saw it with Stacy. We saw it more recently. Like, obviously New Jeans was very hyped, but like we didn't expect them to hit this hard on the first iteration of it. This thing right here, definitely a step in the right direction. This might be a take. Has he recaptured some of the early Luna magic in this group? Kind of feels like it to me.
Look, I don't want to compare this group to Luna. They're already doing their own cool thing. Why compare it to Luna? Why? This is already
you just have to.
It's already on a good track. Why are you out here comparing them to a group that's already 4 or 5 years old? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Overall though, I don't know how they're gonna pull off this 24 member thing, but if the units are fire, I can get aboard. You know,
real quick, you mentioned that the members will rotate between the group, unit, solo, etc., chosen by the fans. That basically sounds like sounds like an AKB/NCT
that's
system.
That's what people are calling this. I heard a couple of people say this is like an AKB system.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah. Which, has its pros and cons, but
yeah.
We will see.
I think the main thing that concerns me is more or less the, like, how sustainable is this, right? You know, it's a lot of money to house 24 girls and keep producing content with them, right? I think that was why I think that was the concerns that I had with Luna back when I was big into Luna. I was like, how are we going to maintain this, you know? And they've more or less regressed into a normal girl group at this point, right? So if we're going to go with this crazy 24 member thing with the unit solos, all this, how long can we sustain this, and can they make it profitable is what I'm really asking myself.
We'll see.
I'm willing to. I'm really excited to see Jaden try, though. You know,
that's the thing. Creatively, I have nothing to lose. We're getting great music, great music videos, great creative output. I love it. I'm worried about the people who are gonna sit on the streets broke.
People involved, yes.
Yeah, like I'm worried about the business aspect of it. People's livelihoods and their lives are on the line here. You know what I mean? Like it's a K-pop industry. Of course, that's on the line. That's what I'm worried about. The music is great. Don't get me wrong. Good lord, it's some of the best stuff from whoever wrote the song so far. I don't actually should check who wrote the song. Do you guys know?
No, but overall,
Jaden Jung himself.
Hey, if he could make a song like this, I think it's looking pretty good.
And El Capitan from Big Hit. What? Wow.
It seems like this is Jaden Jung's, like, this is a culmination of his career. This is it. This is his chance to literally have as much creative control as possible, right? He's gonna live or die by this. I'm just excited to watch. You know?
I hope they spend a lot of money, and I hope they make a lot of money too. You know, like that's,
yeah. But I'm super excited for this now. I will keep my eye on this. Which previously, before like the last 2 weeks, I had no clue what was going on. But I'm kind of excited now.
Also, real quick about Jaden Jung, I actually didn't know. I probably should have. He's worked at a lot of companies before Luna. JYP, Willem Entertainment has produced a lot of hit tracks. All the way from 2003 with Brown Eyed Souls. He's got a good discography. Yeah. But,
and he's been in charge of like concepting for Wonder Girls, 2PM, Lovelyz Infinite, Luna, Haze, only one of a lot of people. He's worked on their concepting too.
The thing is, it seems like he is mainly a creative director / A&R person. A&R is cool. That you gotta have your hands in a lot of different pots here. Business and taking care of money is a whole different side of things. Putting Jaden in CEO, I don't know, man. Do you really want to do that? Do you want to worry about money?
I don't care. I want to see it happen. So I'm super excited.
Okay, fine.
Let's move to the next thing. Friday, on the 28th of October, we had BTS's Jin. He had his solo debut with the Astronaut. So he's from Big Hit, debut 2013 with BTS. His last, he did some other solo songs. He did Super Tuna. I thought that one was kind of funny. He also released tracks Abyss and Tonight, and he has 161 music show wins with BTS. So this is the song where he worked with Coldplay, right? I believe.
Yep. Yes. Their main bassist, which his name escapes my memory, wrote the track, and you also have Chris Martin in the background.
Vocals.
Yeah. Go look up the credits. It's a huge list of people. Guy Berryman is in the first, and he's the bassist for Coldplay. Let me check up who Johnny Buckland is. He's also in Coldplay. Yeah.
Okay.
And a bunch of other folks. Jin himself is also in the credits as well.
It's an interesting song, right? It's kind of dreamlike. There's a lot of like you became so it's like the girl is the universe and he's just the astronaut, right? Floating through her world, it seems, right? Or something like that. That's essentially what the lyrics were saying. One lyric is, "Oh, you became my universe," right? And he's talking about he's an astronaut. I guess that makes sense. I think that's an interesting word picture they painted there. This is not my cup of tea type of song. I do think it's okay though. I like it. It's how would you describe this song, Warren? What genre is this?
It's pretty much modern rock with a synth pop color to it. Yeah, it's pretty standard modern rock that you hear often these days. Like it could fit into a Black Skirts album. Honestly, could. It could also fit into a Coldplay album, which it honestly could because they took a big part of writing this song, which However, on the other side, it doesn't feel like a generic Coldplay song. To be honest, like I like this way more than My Universe. My Universe was a little too safe for my standards. This, I don't know, feels a little more grounded and based in the whole rock stuff. And I kind of dig that. The arrangement itself is pretty cool. There's a lot of reverb vocals being used as instruments, and I think that was really, really nice. Again, gives it a very roomy feel, roomy vibe, without getting over the top about it. And it's very beautifully arranged as well. Cool stuff, you know.
The arrangement's really strong.
Yeah. For sure. Great track, great production here. Yeah. How do you feel about this, Anita?
I feel like I definitely agree that the sound is okay. If I'm saying that this song is Jin's song, right? Solo debut. I feel like I see the vocal identity, right? That is kind of distinguishing it as his song. But I do feel like it's a lot of what I associate with Coldplay. So I feel like it kind of feels like it's a little bit more than 50-50 as far as the collaboration. So I kind of wish there would have been more of the color of Jin as a vocalist or as a solo artist to distinguish it from their previous collaboration with Coldplay and to just really make it more of his thing, if that makes sense. But I do feel like the one thing that I thought was really nice and kind of stood out to me was the vocal technique that he was using. So I'm not used to hearing him sing like this in previous songs with the group. It sounded like more like a ballad bravado type of lower register that he was using. I don't know what the technique is called or like what genre it's typically in, but it sounded like older, like more mid 2000s. I don't know what to call it.
Bro,
like it's very interesting.
You're reading my mind. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Like I feel like I've heard people sing like this, but not in this genre.
In Korean, we call this bongi. Bongfeel. Bong. Which makes a lot of sense given that his last free release was Super Tuna, which was straight up bongchak music, straight up EDM trot disco thing.
Yep.
That was a cool song, by the way. I actually really like that. Unironically, that's a cool song.
I like that song. Super Tuna's fun.
Yeah, it's also very funny. That being said, he does way more of that on Super Tuna because it makes sense on that track. If I had to nitpick the Astronaut a little bit, that's where I was taken out of it a little bit because all of those characteristics of something I would like to hear on a older ballad or a trot song is also very present here. And I don't know, was that the most appropriate choice creatively from Jin or from Coldplay? I don't know. I feel like someone in the room could have said something when they were in the studio a little bit because I know
think it doesn't fit.
I don't think it fits. I'll be honest. I don't think it fits. There's too much like all the vocal inflections. We call this kuse in Korean. All those accentuations of different notes and the way he pronounces certain words like like that's the kind of thing. That's also a different kind of kuse that Korean people do a lot. Not particularly in Jin, but you hear those things here and there that really over characterize his vocal qualities in a way that doesn't fit the genre or the tone from my perspective, and that kind of takes me out a little bit, and I don't think they were trying to experiment with two different kinds of styles either. It really just felt like they had a track and they had Jin write his lyrics and sing for it, which I'm not complaining about it. Which I actually, you know what, I just complained about it for a full minute.
You kind of did.
I kind of did.
I have one nitpick. I got a nitpick.
Yeah.
I wish on the music video somewhere or in the info section of the music video somewhere, they would like directly credit Coldplay more in it. Because if you weren't following the press that this was with Coldplay or stuff, right? Coldplay is really only mentioned at the bottom of the information where it just says Coldplay unit, and that's it. But other than that, there's like zero mention of them on the info.
Maybe it's just a press release you're looking at, because the one I'm reading, it says BTS Jin X Coldplay global artists with fantastic synergy.
Yeah, but I'm saying like on the music video itself,
the
it's
official
not
release.
apparent.
Maybe
it's like there's zero mention of them at all.
I mean, if you're looking at the credits on the music video, that's the music video credits, not the song credits.
I know, but like even in the title or something, like that's all I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, I don't think this was a Coldplay collab. It was just Coldplay wrote the song and sold it or gave it to Jin or Hybe. That's what I think.
I just think it's hard when you have someone as big as Coldplay, like a big part of the track, even the backing vocal, right? Chris Martin on the backing vocal, that it's just not mentioned, directly on the song. I'm just nitpicking here, but it just, to me, when I feel like his vocals are like a big part of the song, I don't know, and they're just so distinctive. It would be one thing if he wasn't like super famous or something like that, right?
Here's the thing. I kind of like that they kept a lot of that out, to be honest.
Okay.
From a Hybe perspective, because the role that Coldplay plays in this track is very strong and very noticeable once you notice what's going on. Before I knew this was a Coldplay thing, I heard the background vocals and I didn't think that was Jin. It was someone else, clearly. And now that I know it's Chris Martin, it's probably Chris Martin doing his thing, and it sounds like Chris Martin now that I kind of think it is. Maybe I'm incredibly biased. I don't know. I didn't really look behind the scenes a lot.
Well, I forgot this was the Coldplay release. I had no clue it was the Coldplay thing at all.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't really upplaying it at all, and I feel like that's kind of understandable, given the big role they played in this track. When it's supposed to be a Jin solo thing, it's his solo debut,
Yeah.
All of the stuff that he's done previously is like quote unquote free releases that doesn't count as his official discography, including Super Tuna, which you mentioned earlier. So I kind of get that. They're in the
I guess my perspective is coming from the fact that like, until I really sat and thought that it's not Jin singing that part, I couldn't really tell. That's my concern.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I didn't want to attribute, like I don't want to misattribute who's singing what part in my head. That's I don't know.
Yeah.
Overall though, Jin's going to the military quite soon. So this is probably the bookend to the first half of his career, right?
Yeah. A little sad that it's only one song, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I guess I know this song's more like it's supposed to be, the lyrics kind of, it's a romance type of song, right? That kind of thing. But at the same time, it comes off to me like a tiny bit melancholy,
It is.
It is. It is.
And I think that really captures the vibe of the going to the military, that type of thing,
The timing, yeah.
I mean, I feel like the narrative in the music video kind of matches that too, where like he is like, the way I see it, he's like an alien per se. His spacecraft is crash landed on Earth, and he just decides to stay even when he can leave because he likes being around here, that kind of thing,
Yeah, this song just gives off very distance vibes. You know what I mean?
Distance vibes? What do you mean?
I mean, like the universe is a very large place, right?
Okay.
And it kind of gives off that loneliness a little bit, which I think makes sense given the context of what's gonna happen.
Loneliness, yes. That's actually very appropriate given what what's his name? J-Hope's been doing, right?
Okay. I think that wraps up the songs for this week, right? Other releases include ATBO with Attitude. Well, the last 2 weeks. Classy released Tick Tick Boom and Zealous. Epix released Hymn to Love. NCT's 10 released Birthday. TFN released Amazon. VVZ via Universe released Rum Pum Pum. Unite released Bad Cupid. Puckbomb released Remembered. Yua had 2 pre-releases with Laylo and Melody. Nature released Limbo. It is much better than what was the other one? Rika Rika.
Oh yeah, Rika Rika.
Although anything could have been better than that one. And then Highlight released Alone. Okay.
I saw the press release for Limbo, and it was like hyper pop trance Moombathon. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. What is hyper pop Moombathon trance? That's not a thing. What are you talking about? I'll have to go into it later.
It's nothing too ridiculous. Like it's not like anything ridiculous.
I was concerned for a second there.
All right, Spice King. Last week or 2 weeks ago, episode 209, Le Seraphim's Anti-Fragile picked up its third crown, entered the Hall of Spice, so it is not eligible anymore. Akmu's Chanhyuk Panorama got second place, and Icheon's Hush Rush got third place. The new candidates are the three songs we covered this week: Alice, Dance On, Acid Angel of Asia with Generation, and BTS's Jin with The Astronaut. This week, it's been a hot minute. I was not a huge Hush Rush fan. The Chanhyuk Panorama, as much as I like it, is kind of it's old news now, right? We throwing all those out. We're throwing them out. I'm gonna make a chart with just the three songs for this week, based on preference. I'm gonna put Acid Angel of Asia first place, Alice with Dance On in second place, and BTS's Jin with The Astronaut in third place. And I think you gotta put it like that.
Makes sense.
Well, I disagree, but I'll wait.
Oh, okay.
What? Well, I don't know why you disagree, Warren, because I have the exact same thing.
You have to. You got
I mean, it makes sense. That's what makes the most sense.
Right?
Yeah, third place, Jin. Second place, Alice. First place, Acid Angel of Asia. Right.
That name is so ridiculous.
Yeah, one thing that I didn't get to mention about them, and I'm kind of interested to see how this pans out. The teaser that they have for their next unit, I assume.
Oh, there's a teaser already? Oh, shit.
It's at the end of the music video, right? It's when they show another group of girls with very different outfits, very different aesthetic, I think. I am a little interested to see how they incorporate these groups to be all together, like a whole unit, because
there's lore, Hadida. There's going to be lore.
There already is.
Yeah, it just seems like it's going to be a little hard, like, to not contradict yourself within a group if you're like, oh, very like chill, very cool aesthetic, and then the next thing you know, it's like the very poppy, very, I guess, general audience friendly aesthetic, or like, I don't know. I wonder how we're gonna
apparently
manage
through Dimension. The girls of TripleS will join forces and demonstrate each of their abilities. That they have a whole lore thing going on with.
I mean, this second subunit kind of reminds me of YY from Uno. Same type of vibe to me.
Very well.
Very
I'm interested.
We shall watch their careers with great interest.
All right, Warren. How do you disagree with that chart? Do you have Jin and Alice swapped?
Look, favorite song of the week is TripleS. TripleS, AAA. Balenciaga over here, apparently.
First I know what he's doing.
Number one.
Oh no, you're going to, aren't
you? Jin Astronaut. As much as I nitpicked about it, I still like the output result of it. It's a good song. Overall, I actually liked it a lot more than I expected. To be quite frank, Jin is not someone that I'm musically incredibly excited by, but result-wise, I still found it very interesting.
Nice.
Cool song. I found it looping it a lot more than I expected to, which is why I wish it was an EP instead of a single. One of the best solo releases of the year, Hush Rush by Icheon, is on third for me.
What?
Okay.
I still have it on my queue. Not gonna lie. This is, I believe, my second most listened to song of the month.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay.
Let me double check. No, never mind. Number one, last 4 weeks, Cheon, followed by Yunha. There you go, folks.
Wow.
You can't poop on me. I like the song. What are you gonna do? Fight me? Come here. Come to New York and fight me if you would like.
So you got Jin in second and Cheon in third. Is that what you got?
Yep.
Okay. Gochu Gang. They put Acid Angel. I can't even say it. AAA with Generation. They gave him first place with 45 points. Second place was Alice, Dance On with 24. Third place, BTS Jin, The Astronaut with 16. That is their chart from this week. They agree with Anita and I. You know what that means?
Correct.
Acid Angel from Asia, subunit of TripleS, Generation, with all 4 first place votes gets 2 crowns. That is 2 crowns.
Wow.
Second place, we have Alice with Dance On getting 9 points. And in third place, we have Jin with The Astronaut in third place with 6.
Wow. 2 crowns already, and they haven't even properly debuted yet.
Yo, their
more than halfway
competition
there.
next week isn't the stiffest either.
Yo.
So it might hold up. So next week, New S JR has a solo debut tomorrow, and then Friday there's Alexa, Extraordinary Heroes, Apink Jonghyunji. Saturday is Trends, and Monday is Oh My Girls, Yua, and Very Very. So it's not the stiffest competition ever. Maybe one of them will have a banger, but this song might end up in the Hall of Spice, which would be crazy. Finally, we're at show winners. This is the combined of the 2 weeks, but of course, many of the shows didn't air because of Itaewon. So Anita, hit us with them.
Yes. So the big winner this past couple weeks was G.I.O. with Nude. They won on the show champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, and Show Music Core. So now they are the girl group with the most perfect all kills, surpassing Brave Girls with 262.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
So, okay, let me explain what this means, right? So perfect all kill is when you top every single chart on iChart, right? It's a big hard thing to do. Brave Girls had 162, which means 162 hours they were number one on every single chart. That's how they count these.
Wow.
G-Idol now has 296 hours in total. So over 10 days of being number one on every chart. So they have 167 hours for Tomboy, and they have 129 for Nude. The Nude number, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 129. But overall, they are the number one girl group with the most perfect all kill time ever.
Look at that. Wow.
In 1 year, they pulled that off.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Been hits.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and Anita, who was the other music show winner?
Other winner was Le Seraphim with Anti-Fragile, won Music Win and Music Bank. Congrats.
I was not really on board the Le Seraphim train with Fearless, right? I wasn't really sure what was going on. I've been watching so much Le Seraphim content now. It's insane. I am fully on the hype train right now. I need Stacy to come back. I know New Jeans is gonna come back soon, so that's exciting. These rookie monsters are just absolutely killing it,
dude.
At the moment.
Doug, do you know the clip from Turkeys with Oi shikudare? You don't know this?
Is that the Chaewon thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it. Oh my god, it's so cringy. But
I keep seeing it. It's wild.
They've been appearing on a lot of things. Like they appeared on Doremi Market. They had, who were the three members? Chaewon, Sakura, and Yoonjin appeared. So yeah, so they've been making a good push. I also heard, Game Caterers, which is Na PD, right? Nayeon Suk's YouTube show. They released the Starship episodes all at once, I think. There's 4 episodes with English subs. So y'all should go check that out.
The first 2 episodes was postponed because of the situation, in Korea. So they released 4 episodes at once, almost 2 hours. Cosmic Girls on that show is so funny, dude. Oh my god. I don't want to spoil it, but they're honestly one of the funniest parts of the show. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, my the rest of my family, they're in Boston visiting my nephew right now. When they come home, we're gonna watch this. I'm like prepared because I haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty excited though.
Yeah, honestly, the older actors that everyone knows about, they're kind of boring. I'm like, I get it. You're successful and you're cool, and but like.
Oh, they have old actors too, not just idols.
Yeah, because Starship has Gorilla Entertainment, which is like
Oh yeah,
who do you guys know?
Right?
Yeah, Kwangsu's in it. Lee Dong-wook from Goblins in it. What else?
Oh my god, they got a bunch of ajashis to show up too. Oh god.
Yeah, and all the other shows are like, give us alcohol, please.
All right, I think that wraps up part 1 of Soju Talk episode 210. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2, Soju Talk episode 210. Let's talk about some news and events from last week. I think that the Itaewon the tragic events that happened there. Oh, they've been talked about a lot, right? Some things that are related. Actor Lee Ji-han, who appeared on Produce 101 season 2, passed away during the events. He was 25 years old. He recently got one of the biggest roles of his career. He had been mostly promoting as an actor. He had the fourth or fifth lead on a show with Im Soo Hyung on NBC, a pretty big drama that was going to happen. So it's pretty tragic. Overall, the entire situation is it's a crazy situation overall.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of reflection. Like, number one, I saw a lot of the images and stuff on Twitter.
I couldn't.
I'm kind of desensitized to seeing a lot of things. It was pretty crazy though, to be honest. Well, trigger warning everyone, because we're gonna talk about Itaewon a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but I think a lot of you knew we were going to. Man, I was talking to my family. I've been talking to Warren and Nita about it. Like, so these crush events where people essentially die in these mass crowd events. The ones I remember, there's a Hillsborough disaster at Liverpool Soccer Club, right? In my head, that one makes a lot of sense because there was like a fence and people got pushed against the fence from the back. They died. That makes sense to me. The tragedy at the soccer stadium, I believe, was that in Indonesia? In Indonesia, yep, where they shot the tear gas into the stadium and people tried to escape, but the doors were locked and the people in the back didn't know, so they pushed forward. People died. Also makes sense in my head, right? But for something like a Halloween party out in the public, and then to have this many people pass away, it's like hard to imagine how crazy of a situation it is, right?
Yeah.
It's more or less people being confused, pushing in different directions, getting stuck. It's overall just a crazy thing.
Let's go through a little bit of context so that people are kind of on the same page, right? This happened on the 29th, which is, I believe, the Saturday before Halloween.
It was the Saturday, yeah, because Halloween was on the Monday.
Right?
Yeah.
It happened in Itaewon, which, for those of you guys who are not aware, is one of the trendy, hot areas with lots of clubs and very popular lounges, bars.
You go party in Itaewon, Hongdae, Gangnam, those type of places.
Yep. There were a lot of people in that area apparently. The casualties were 156 people passed away. And 197 people were injured to a certain degree. So they're still trying to calculate the overall impact of all this situation. But as of recording date, it's been about 10 days since the incident has happened. It's one of those situations where a lot of people didn't see it coming and it came out of the blue, because for a lot of folks, Halloween, going clubbing on Halloween, that's just a fun thing to do.
That's just a normal thing. And it's like if it had been like a nightclub set on fire or there was an explosion, you can imagine that, right? Something happens, people get hurt, it like makes sense in your head, right?
Yeah.
But for something like this to happen in the middle of a street is just hard to imagine. I would say
the context of it is, even though Itaewon is almost just as popular as Hongdae or Gangnam, it's way smaller and a lot more dense of an area. The actual road, right? The actual road where all the popular clubs and lounges are, is just enough wide for like a car or two to pass by. It's not. Yeah, it's a very tiny, narrow road. And if any of you guys have been to Korea, you guys might be a little more aware of what I'm about to say, is that Korea is especially Seoul. Seoul is a very dense.
It's super dense and vertically dense.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Gangnam, the main road in Gangnam, very, very big, very wide, lots of people. Go to one of the small, tiny alleyways behind it. There's a million of those, always full of like 100 folks. And I think if you live in Korea, you kind of become desensitized to that a little bit. And I think that's one of many different reasons why this situation has happened. A lot of people are pointing towards government officials and the police for being not well prepared. Originally, I wasn't convinced that's the case, but now as more factoids come out and how little they were prepared for this, I
could see that.
I'm changing my perspective a little bit. There's a lot of actually, real quick, there's a lot of fake news floating around. To make sure you double check your sources when you actually before you believe stuff. People were one thing. I'm not a fan of the current president. I'm just gonna say it. Not that we want to get political here, but there has been a lot of people who are saying that a lot of the police force was missing in action because they were in charge of guarding the president, who now has his office in a nearby area. That's a whole different team and a whole different department of folks. The people who would be taking care of Itaewon is a completely different department unit of police force. So that was another piece of word that was floating around, which has come out and not true. Going back to that a little bit. It just feels like a situation that was pretty not well prepared for, which
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Something I've been thinking about is we've had a lot of incidents with the infrastructure of the way Seoul is set up recently. You had this one at Itaewon. You also had the floods where people were talking about how what they're calling the parasite basement apartments, that type of thing, where people during monsoon season are drowning in their basements, but they live there because it's cheaper, because they're having such housing issue in Korea. And then additionally, in the floods as well, there was people in their basement parking garages of their apartments who drowned as well, in that type of situation. So we're seeing this more recently. A lot of the infrastructure of Seoul is partially accountable for some of these problems that we're seeing, and it's a very hard thing to try to fix or prevent, because infrastructure is infrastructure. What are you going to do? Destroy buildings, things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't offer any solutions. It's just an observation that I've been seeing lately.
It's a situation where you kind of see things happen, and there's nothing I can really do about it. It's just very unfortunate. I do think a big part of it is, if you think about Seoul, if you think about Korea, the country and the city, we weren't relevant a couple decades ago at all.
Yep.
Even I remember 2 decades ago, I remember going to elementary school and I'm like, oh, I'm from Korea, and they're like, what's that? You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. I'm sure Doug can agree, right?
Even 10 years ago was not as populated as I remember going. I went in 2013, and I went back in 20. When was the pandemic? 2020. I went 2019 or something, right?
Yeah.
And even in those 6 years, my hotel I always stay at is near Myeongdong. When I went in 2014, 13, wasn't that popular, wasn't too packed. When I went back this last time, it was a almost uncomfortable amount of people there. It was crazy. Every place that I went to. I even went to a bookstore and we left because it was too crowded at a certain point.
The way I see it, this is my personal take. Feel free to agree or disagree. Korea has had a very fast development throughout the couple decades. We call it the Han River, the miracle of Han River. It's a role model for a lot of countries that are developing. I think right now we're seeing a lot of the side effects of it, as there's a lot of global issues that's really challenging the country. This infrastructure is one example, among many others, like the housing crisis or the economy, or just you name it. There's a lot going on right now.
Birth rate.
Don't get me started on that, please.
It's such a big issue.
Lowest in the world, number 1. But
it's just a terrible situation.
Let's try to wrap up this part of the conversation. I'm hoping for 2 things going forward. 1, let's fix where we need to fix things so that we don't have this happen ever again. Yep. I would rather not have people just randomly die on the streets. That's awful. It's god awful. So try not to do that. And I think a part of that is going to be already very much preventable, given that people are very aware of this as a possible issue now. People weren't before. You know what I mean? Now people are aware that.
Oh, dude, it's made me a little bit terrified of I don't like going out in crowded places in general. I'm a lital bit antisocial, right? Not anti-fragile, antisocial, but I was thinking man, even I don't want to stand in any general admission section of any concert. You know what I mean? Things like that. It's a little bit terrifying now.
Yeah. I'm kind of I wasn't even like that. I don't care about large crowds. I'm very much the kind of person who will see a large crowd and speed walk right through it.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy walking across 42nd Street in Times Square. I'll just ignore everybody there. Yeah, I don't know about that anymore.
Right?
You know? It's a little once they
I
realize.
always think twice. I was like, I don't know. Even my uncle who likes to go to baseball games and stuff, he's like, I don't know. What if there's a stampede or something, you know? He's like, I'm old. He's like, I'm getting old. I don't know what I would do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all food for thought. I'm gonna wrap this up by transitioning to something somewhat related. So, Ani, do you have anything to say though?
No, I definitely feel like it's the same feeling of like helplessness, right? As people who are just watching the news and hearing how everything went down, and like knowing that it could have been prevented in some way, but also not, because like you weren't prepared for this. Like it was not in anybody's mind. Like the people who went did not have this concern. Obviously, it had been like the first big night for Halloween in that area since the pandemic. So like people were excited, and I don't think they had it like that in their mind, like, oh, this could be an issue. Like there's too many people. There's not enough. There's not enough police available here. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's just so unfortunate, and it's terrible because you can't do much about it.
The way I thought about it in my head, it was like, it's the equivalent of like the population of Michigan football stadium that we're all familiar with. Imagine that was in like one tiny like T section of a street. That's essentially what it was, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy when you think about it like that. All right, going to the thing, NCT 127. They had a Jakarta concert and it ended early after 30 fans fainted. So on November 4th, NCT 127 held the first night of their Neo City The Link concert in Jakarta at the Indonesian Convention Exhibition. After an early bomb threat, so we weren't off to a good start, right? There was a bomb threat. They checked it out. It was fine. Yeah, there was a bomb threat.
Oh my god.
The concert proceeded, but over time, the crowd in the standing section began to push forward towards the stage. The NCT members repeatedly urged concert goers not to push and step back. They even stopped the music, and they were like telling them to like relax, everyone, chill, right? Like we ain't going anywhere. We're here. It's fine, right? They couldn't control the crowd. They had to. They couldn't get the crowd under control, and they had to end the concert early due to concerns about the attendees' safety. Apparently, 3 people got injured to a certain extent. I saw that the barricades were falling over because people were pushing so hard.
Oh god!
Like it was just a mess, and it was coming right like a couple days after the thing in Korea.
Oh my god!
I mean, as unfortunate as it is, if they can't control the crowd, it's good. It's a good idea to stop it.
Just
right?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Call it off.
We all know what happened with a certain rapper earlier this year, or actually last year. It's actually been a year already. Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, Mr. Scott. Don't.
The guy with the McDonald's collab, right? At one point. Yeah, that guy.
That guy, yeah.
So everyone just like think
Be
of
safe.
everyone else as humans. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the main thing. Have some humanity. Think logically. Another thing is like when you feel uncomfortable in any situation, it doesn't have to be overpopulation. It could be like you're in a room in college and people are being too loud, right? Or like you go somewhere and the vibe is wrong. Just leave. Just leave. At the end of the day, we all somewhat have these feelings sometimes where you're just like, I don't know, something feels off here, right? You just gotta dip. You know, it doesn't matter. Your friends say, "Why'd you leave?" You'd be like, I wasn't feeling the vibes. You know. Just be proactive with that type of thing.
Yeah.
Just say because I wanted to.
Just say like I was tired. You know, I just wanted to leave.
Tell them it's because of their face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next one. Let's run through the next news. There's a lot of things because we were gone for 2 weeks and there wasn't too much releases, so everyone had news. V Live is going to end its service on December 31st. So January of last year. No, at some point. Hybe announced that its fan communication platform will be integrated with Naver's V Live through a strategic alliance. We knew about this. Hybe basically and Naver are just smushing together, but it's more or less going to be on Weverse. So, quote, the existing V Live users can continue to use V Live until the end of the year when the gradual integration proceeds. So people were worried about losing the archived footage. That was the main concern. So I heard that certain companies are having archive projects or fan groups are doing it. So I think in the long run, everything will pretty much be saved, but it's more like you got like 2 months to do it, y'all, to get everything off of there. It's the end of an era, is it not? V Live was game breaking. I remember getting texted at 3 a.m. that someone was live streaming and be like, I must watch right now. You know, I'm tapping the heart over and over again, right? Yeah, V Live was a fun thing. I see that certain group. I think it's a bit of a concern though, because V Live was very centralized for these live stream things. Now we're gonna have it on all different platforms. Some people are on Weverse, some people are gonna do it on Instagram. We might see it on YouTube. I just feel like the decentralization of this platform is a little bit sad though.
I kind of like the decentralization of it a little bit. You know?
Okay.
It's a little bit more competition. What does more competition give you? Better features and better user experience, you know?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Ideally speaking, that's what happens.
All right. We got some news about RM. So he's going to collab with Korean rock band Cherry Filter for his upcoming album.
Ooh.
So that was released. And then he has another collaboration. So Rolling Stone also released an exclusive interview between BTS's RM and Pharrell. Towards the end of the interview, Pharrell revealed the exciting news that he's going to join forces with BTS for a song on his upcoming album Friends. So that's kind of crazy. So Cherry Filter's a pretty legendary band in Korea, right? So
yeah,
it's exciting. Everyone's like, should I start headbanging now? Is what I heard a couple people say in the comments.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should.
All right, next one. According to reports, Luna's Chu has established her own agency where she is the CEO and her mother is the in-house director. In response to the news, BlackBerry Creative said, quote, "It is groundless. We don't know anything about it."
Yeah, like Chu would tell you.
What is going on?
So as everyone has seen, Chu has been off doing her own thing, right? She's not really repping the Luna brand at the moment. She's doing her own thing. And people were like, I wonder how that's functioning, right? Because she's not going to BBC and saying like, can y'all pick me up and bring me to this recording? So she's been having to do it somehow. It seems like she started a one-woman agency at the moment.
Well, there's a popular theory out there, which I'm not sure if it's true or not, so take it with a grain of salt. That apparently it might be for tax purposes, and that might be it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
you get to deduct more things if you're running your own company,
right?
So that would make sense.
You're making money. Might as well tell the government and pay the taxes you owe them, and reduce it if you can. If that's true, cool. But that still doesn't explain why BlackBerry Creative is all like, I don't know what she's doing. You know, that's
we don't know anything.
All right. Next one. I have 3 things about like people joining or leaving things. So RBW announced the departure of member Robin on October 14th after allegations were made against him by an ex-girlfriend. So we talked about this previously. They stated, quote, "After careful discussion with Robin and the One Us members, we have decided to respect his opinion to voluntarily leave the group." So they also said they're still looking into the legal things where they're gonna pursue cases against people saying false rumors, but they're also looking into the legitimacy of the claims continuously. So there must be some kind of truth in there because you wouldn't have left if it wasn't true. But unfortunate situation overall.
Yeah.
Next one. This is a bit of a yikes. So on October 25th, Cube announced the departure of Lightsum members Huyeon and Jian. So the group will proceed as 6 members, and Lightsum debuted as an 8-member group in 2001, and most recently made a comeback with a live in May of this year. Lightsum is a strange group in my opinion. Cube, right? They kind of got rid of CLC, right? They got rid of CLC. They focused on G Idol and they now have this new group Lightsum, right? And G Idol is doing so well at the moment. They are top tier girl group, objectively. And they have Lightsum, who really hasn't gripped anyone yet, I would say, right? Like it ain't going too well. They sold 40,000 of vanilla and 28,000 of light-o-ish. So it's not the most profitable thing yet. And I think that they're not really sure what to do with it. So they're like, maybe we could shed some numbers or something.
Well, 40,000, 20,000. That might be enough to make a good profit. It's. I will admit it's not as impactful as some of the other stuff that other folks are doing out there.
Oh wait, the most recent one, 17,000.
Okay, that's less than 20,000.
We're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I hope they make a lot of money soon. Is all I can say at the moment without getting too spicy.
Yeah, it's
sad the members are leaving though.
It's sad though that like they haven't released too many songs yet. I think it's like 3, right? Alive, Vivice, and Vanilla. That's it. And they're dropping members.
Why are they leaving? What's the official excuse?
They didn't say anything. They just said, nah, they're done.
They're just bouncing out.
I'll just put it this way. I am extremely concerned with this crew.
Yeah, it's a little concerning.
Extremely concerned.
Yeah, you're a year and a half into your debut. Sales are going down, and 2 members bounce out. That's some flags. I'm not gonna say what color they are. It's not green.
Yellow maybe.
Yeah, not red. Probably yellow.
Orange for me. I'm an orange.
Orange.
Okay, yeah,
orange.
like a mango color. Yeah.
Woods has indeed officially joined EDAM Entertainment after leaving Yehua.
Nice.
So EDAM was founded in 2000. Was it 2022? By Bae Jong-han, who has been IU's manager for over a decade.
Let me double check that. It was founded in 2019 by Bae Jong-han.
2019. Okay, cool. So this is kind of interesting because this is like a very exclusive company to be in, right? Like there ain't too many people at this one. I think it's just IU, the actress Shin Se-kyung, who is a friend of IU, and now Woods.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. That's his company. So they're a subsidiary of Kakao, which and IU was originally under Lowen, right? Which was under Kakao. So it's a branch of Kakao, and it's like this is a good company to be in, I would think, right? And they clearly know what they're doing. So good move for Woods. I think his time in Yehua ran its course, and he wants a fresh start. And he got into a very good company for this. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Bae Jong-han was the guy who saw IU's talent before other people recognized it. So maybe he sees something in Woods that we haven't seen yet, Lots of potential there. That's exciting stuff.
Good support.
Good stuff.
All right. Finally, on November 6th, the Omega X members finally broke their silence to personally speak about the situation with their agency. So I'll give you the brief summary. They were doing a tour in America. These videos came out of their CEO basically like verbally assaulting them, physically assaulting one of the members. It was a media shitstorm. And then they like canceled their plane tickets back to Korea. So the members had to pay their own money to get back to Korea.
Oh, God.
And so finally they opened a new Instagram account, and it is completely unattached to Spire Entertainment. The 11 members of the groups posted a joint statement in which they thanked fans for their support, and they touched on their future plans. They agreed to, they had been very cautious up to this point because they have an agreement in their contract that states that they might be responsible civil and criminally because there was a thing in their contract that stated that they cannot post on social media without the agency's permission. I think at this point you could break that, to be honest, with all this stuff's going on. I heard today that the lady who was doing all the abuse was stepped down from her company, but her husband is still CEO, so I don't know what that means.
This is my biggest question. What is that woman's role? What is
Who is she?
Is she like the manager?
Queen Mother. That was her role. Good Lord.
Oh no.
Royal bitch number 1 was her role.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be straight up, Spire. You come at me, bro. Come at me, fam.
Don't sue us, Spire.
That being said,
Please no.
I'm glad that they've done this. I don't know what this holds for their future, but I think you kind of had to do this move. To be honest.
Look,
are they back? They're back in
Korea. They paid with their own money to get back in the country.
Oh man.
Look, if this is happening, I'm calling my mom and be like, "Mom, this happened. Can you help me?"
Yeah, man. Yeah. Can you imagine how scared they are?
Dude.
I would call my mom, say, "Yo, I need money to get back to Korea," and then number 2, I'd call a lawyer and be like, "What can we do here, fam?" Right? Like,
exactly.
That'd be 1 and 2 for me.
If they make it out of this in one piece, it's gonna be great for their future career. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully they get out of this. Yeah.
So it's a real shit situation overall.
Oh yeah.
All right, next week though, Tuesday we have JR solo debut. Friday Alexa, Extraordinary Heroes, Aping's Jung Ji. Saturday Trend, and on Monday Oh My Girls Yuha. And I'm very excited for the. Why did I say very right after very very? I am extremely excited for Yuha, and I guess I'm very excited for very very.
There you go.
There you go.
So this ends the regular section of SojuTalk episode 210. We have a K-pop related event after the show. Warren, you want to give us like a tiny teaser as to what it is?
Ooh, we're gonna make a girl group.
Okay. We'll be back after the break. 3, 2, 1.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right. We are now at After Hours, State of the Nation, whatever. We have an event this week that Warren has been preparing for a couple weeks. I'm pretty excited about this one, so I'll just turn over to him.
All right. Before we went on break, I said we're going to be building a K-pop group. That's what we're doing today. We're going to be building a K-pop group with an imaginary set of budget and an imaginary set of things we need to do before we debut. So imagine this, right? We are now SojuTalk Entertainment LLC.
Yes.
That's what we are.
Right.
We have a budget.
Wait, we literally are SojuTalk Entertainment LLC.
We are.
Right. We are filed as a business in New Jersey.
We are SojuTalk Media Agency LLC. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Investors have been kind, and they have given us a whole budget of $50 to debut
Nice.
a
So
K-pop
generous.
group.
We got this. We
So
got this.
generous.
You got this. So we're gonna go through the process of auditioning folks, training folks, setting up an environment for them, giving them a concept, giving them a genre, giving them a music video, and doing a pre-debut marketing campaign that leads up to a debut project with the budget of $50.
So the way I'll describe this is, if you watch sports, there's sometimes like build your dream team with a $10 budget, right? And they have different players at different position where certain amounts of money, and you got to budget it out. That's essentially what we're doing. We're going to go through each of these topics. Warren made all these categories, and we're going to spend money. And Warren told me maybe we should save some for the first comeback. So we'll have to see.
Who knows?
Yeah, dude, we only have $50 at the bank account. You can't just spend
Are we
it all.
gonna blow everything? You know what? Let's do this. Whatever we spend on the final music video, right? The music video.
Yeah.
We basically need to save about that amount, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
If not a little bit more.
Pretty much.
So we'll see.
All right, we'll figure it out. If all of this is confusing to you, especially for folks on audio, well, don't worry. Once we start going through it, you'll pick things right up. It's like one of those memes that you see all the time. All right, first, if you want to debut a group, you need the resources. Let's audition some folks by going to the next slide.
Get
Okay.
the people.
All right. You have 5 options. Starting with the $10 option, we can have a global audition. With the $8 option, you can hire a Big Four talent scout team to go scout some talent for you. With the $6 option, you could hold a local audition. With the $4 option, you're going to go pick up kids who didn't win on these audition TV shows, like Girls Planet 999.
Okay.
With the $2 option, you're going to walk out into the streets and try to find kids.
We're street casting?
Street casting, just straight up, randomly.
Oh, Korea's a lot of good-looking kids in certain neighborhoods, though. We'll go to rich neighborhoods.
Sounds so
We
weird.
got maybe near the plastic surgery places.
Ooh.
We're Gucci.
Oh
Ooh,
my
God.
Apgujeong.
Gangnam.
Apgujeong and Gangnam. Okay. This is interesting because we are inherently debating, do the kids matter? You know what I mean? Like, does the base level talent?
Of course it does.
No, let me rephrase that. Does the base talent level matter? Is what we're essentially debating. Are you on the logic where I could just train up anyone to be an idol, or do they need to have like natural talent, which we have to find out in the open? That's what we're more or less debating. Nature versus nurture is what we're doing.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I mean, ideally, we can invest a little bit of money on the training process as well, right?
Okay, so there's 7 categories. We got $50, right? So, and that equals to $7.4 on average if we spend all the $50, right?
Yes, but we want to have a little bit left.
Okay, so let's lower that. Let's say we have to spend on average about $6 per category, right? On average.
Yep.
That's local auditions. So that means so if we're obviously in Seoul somewhere, right?
Yeah.
We're at the Plaza Hotel because we're staying there in Gwanghwamun, because that's where I always stay when I go to Korea. So we're in Korea.
We'll use the $6 and open up a convention lounge and have people audition there. Yeah.
Let's talk this through.
Okay.
As Kids on the Street, I know it works for SM or other companies, but that's only because they're doing all these other things as well, right?
Yeah.
So that ain't gonna work for us if that's the only option. So we can't do that. On the other side, global audition, it's just too much money. I don't think we could pull that off. At least with this first girl group or boy group or whoever it is. It just ain't gonna work. So we're down between the 3 middle ones. Hire a Big 4 talent scout team, hold local auditions, pick up kids who didn't win on audition shows.
I don't think that's such a bad idea, to be honest.
Which one? Number $4? Pick up kids who didn't win on audition shows, Anita?
Yeah, because you already know their base talent.
I think that's the worst idea possible.
Really?
There is that thing I always talk about on K-pop where no one wants to debut someone else's trained kids.
It's happened already, though.
And there's a reason why these kids didn't win.
Okay, that I'm a little more aligned with. I feel like if there's a reason they weren't successful first time around, there's probably a reason why. It might be bad luck. It might be.
For me, I would do local audition.
I kind of agree.
I feel like the K-pop sphere is smaller than you think it is. I think K-pop ends up being like 40 K-pop companies making groups, right? 50 companies. If we just throw out on SNS, we're forming a new group, we got backers, we want to do something, a lot of kids are going to show up, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like the standard, I think, for most companies.
Right.
Auditions.
It's the most traditional way of debuting a group, right? Hold auditions monthly or so. Yeah. All right.
I just feel like at this point we need to conserve some money, but we need to have decent kids. I think the local audition. I think we could spend more money elsewhere.
Okay. All right. We're gonna hold the local audition for $6, which means now we have $44 left.
We all agree with that?
Yeah.
We're good. Okay.
All right. We're moving on. Now we have to train these folks. Let's say we had a good amount of talent, and we're gonna train them with $44. Anita, could you go through and read the 4 options for training folks?
All right, the $10 option is mentors who were previously K-pop superstars and world-class star producers from all over the world, acting variety classes as well. All right, and then $7? $7 option, proven talent that you hired from Big 4. And then the $3 option, local talent that teaches music and dance at a local college. And the $1 option, YouTube Premium for ad-free viewing of YouTube training videos.
So they're getting something with the $1. Ad-free.
What is that?
You know, there's like vocal lessons on YouTube. They could watch that.
Am I wrong? But do we have to spend $7 here? Like, am I wrong, or is that like the only option we have?
Well, okay, local talent that teaches music.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with the $3 local talent option?
I mean, they have proper, I guess, education, right? To be teaching.
They're still
at
teachers.
A college level.
Yeah. Maybe they might not be pop musician focused, but
you want to spend $3? Are we on the logic that we can just like fluff it up with good marketing instead of actually training the kids real well?
Honestly, that's
is,
how a lot of groups do it.
The way that I see it though is that for the in-house teaching, right? Like the things you don't see on like Produce and like those shows, it's mostly like local, like vocal teachers, acting teachers. Like it's not necessarily like super big names. Like some of them become really well known after the fact that they like been doing
I
it for a
like that
long
logic,
time,
Anita. I like
right?
that.
So I feel like that makes sense to me.
We will. You know what we do? We'll go to all the local colleges in Seoul, right? We'll find recent graduates who are like interns or first year professors at these schools, and we'll poach some people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Price efficient. I like it. All right. Let's go with the $3 option.
$3. I like that.
We
need to save money somewhere. I think this is what we do.
We're gonna train our kids with $3 using local talent that teaches music and dance at a local college.
Yep. I'm sure we could find that. There's kids at these colleges. I'm sure are great dancers, and we could just post.
Of course, yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now we have $41 in the bank account. As we move on to environment, where are our kids? Where are the kids gonna stay? Where are they gonna live? Doug, go through the 4 options, please.
$10 option: a 5-floor luxury apartment built with built-in gym and training facilities, therapist and chef on standby 24/7. $7, a large 4-bedroom apartment that houses the entire group. 10 minutes by foot the company building that has training facility. $3, a decent 2-bedroom apartment 20 minutes by car to the company building that has training facility. $1, a tiny apartment that acts as a recording booth as well. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I would love to do number 10. I would love to do it, but we can't.
Well,
right?
that's the one you always talk about when we have these conversations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dream is to have this company where these kids could just live like on the upper floors of the building, and it's like a great, beautiful luxury dorm,
right?
More or less.
Like a big building where the dorm is on the top, and there's a gym on the basement, and like a buffet.
And there's a
on
pharmacy,
the
and there's a therapist, and it's all in house, and it's like very convenient and all that.
So basically, a city inside a building.
Campus.
That's what I would love to
campus.
have, because I think it would just solve a lot of problems. I'm obviously realistically we're between $7 option, the beautiful 4-bedroom apartment, 10 minutes from the company via foot, so they can just walk, or the 2-bedroom apartment. Good. How many kids do we have? That's one thing we have to consider.
We haven't decided that yet.
I'm on 5. We got 5. Let's say 5.
Let's say we have 5.
We have 5.
All right.
So 2-bedroom apartment for 5 means we got a bunk bed and a solo bed in one room, and we have like 2 beds in another room, right? More or less.
More or less.
3 and 2.
Yeah, 3-2. 2-bedroom.
Wait, or we can make one kid live in the bedroom, then it's 2-2-1.
What? No, it's a 2-bedroom. How are you gonna have? What do you mean split them 3 ways? It's a 2-bedroom.
Isn't there a living room?
You want a person to live in the living room without any privacy.
Hey, Suki lived in a closet, so.
And I feel bad.
No, if we go with the 2-bedroom option, we're getting 2 beds in one and 3 beds in the other. 3 beds in the master bedroom.
Honestly, we're not a big company, right? True. We have to do the $3 option, as bad as it is. We do, right?
Yeah.
We tell them, we say, hey girls, I understand it's struggle city at the moment, right? But if this works, we're gonna move into the 5 luxury. We skipping the 4-bedroom. We're going into the 5-floor luxury apartment if we hit it off.
You're using it as motivation.
I mean, it is what it is.
Is that what they usually do? They tell them that you'll get your bed.
Well, that's what they told God.
Anita, Uju Sonia was living like 6 girls deep in a bedroom at a certain point.
I know, that sounds so bad.
Dude, God lived in an apartment where their apartment was literally falling apart.
We're only averaging 2.5 kids per room. Like, it's not that bad.
But it's 20 minutes by car.
That's the thing. If we want these kids to actually properly train, 20 minutes by car is a little not close.
We need to hire somebody to come and get them.
Okay, let's do this. Because I'm not 100% on board with the $7 option. Let's do the $3 option for now. I will double back if we have more money at the end.
Okay. So we want to move later to a new apartment.
Yeah. Like, we're planning this out, and we look at the budget. We're like, oh, we could spare $4. We'll go into the nicer apartment.
Okay.
Are we okay with this?
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tentatively, we'll take the decent 2-bedroom apartment. 20 minutes by car.
By taking the $3 option of a 2-bedroom, that's 20 minutes by car away from the studio, from the building, from the company building. We are now at $38 with our budget in the bank account.
We have 4 things left, and we can average $10 here, guys.
Actually, yeah, we have a lot of money left.
We're gonna get the 4-bedroom.
All right, we have 4 options for deciding on a concept for our group. $10 option, we could give them a comprehensive lore with multiple cinematic films. With the $7 option, we could build a unique concept and a strong identity built from proven concept directors from other companies. With the $3 option, we're going to build a standard girl crush group. Just pretty normal, standard girl crush. With the $1 concept, we don't care about consistency. We're just going to do whatever you want. We don't care about
This is where we've splurged some money and get the $7 option, guys.
At least.
Unique concept with a strong identity built from cruising. Like the cinematic films, that's if once we pop off. That's the next girl group can do that crap if we pop off.
Our second or third debut.
Our first group, we got to do this strong, unique concept. Like this reminds me of a Stacy right now. We're doing the $7 option.
Ooh.
I like it.
Okay.
Right?
7.
Okay.
7.
I like that. Let's splurge here.
We got to splurge here.
All right.
We have to. We want. I think
Quality.
girl groups are all about strong identity and consistency. $7.
This is true. We always talk about how they need to stand out from the crowd.
Exactly.
Talking about you, Alice.
This is where we splurge some money, guys.
All right. We are splurging $7. Now we have $31 in the bank account. All right. Now we have to actually make the song. So we're going to figure out a genre for the song. Anita, would you read the 5 options for the genres, please?
All right. At $10, we have trend forward, game changing, experimental pop. $8 option, standard generic dance music, but it's kind of good. $6 option, noise music with blaring brass and trap drums. Okay. $4 EDM track that sounds a couple years old. And then last $2 option, acoustic cafe song.
For reference there, I put LMFAO, the EDM duo band,
The EDM
for
track.
the $4 option. That's the kind of style of music I'm thinking for the EDM track. That sounds a couple years old.
Here.
Yeah. All right.
I think, okay, number one, I don't think we can do this trend forward, game changing experimental pop, guys. I don't think we could pull that off yet.
We can't pull a New Jeans, no?
No.
We're
not, I don't think we do, unless we want an acoustic. Is this a girl group or a boy group? It doesn't matter.
Let's just say girl group. Yeah.
All right. Do we want to do an acoustic cafe song girl group? Has anyone done that?
No.
We are not doing EDM. No, right?
No.
It's
No.
between.
No.
Are we making NMix or are we making From As 9? Right? That's essentially what we're deciding here.
Oof.
That's what it seems like to me, right?
I think my perspective always is you're a musician, you gotta make good music. I'm okay with splurging here as well.
I think we gotta splurge, right, Anita?
Yeah.
8.
8. Standard generic dance music, but it's kind of good. So this is Eyes One music, From Us 9 music. That's what we've chosen, right?
Yeah, From Us 9 or like the Alice song we talked about today.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, right? Right, guys? Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll make standard neutral disco pop with $8.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, from $31, we have $23 left in the bank account. Now we have to make a music video. Doug, would you care to read the 5 options for filming a music video, please?
All right. No, a $10 option is 3 music videos, main, dance, and cinematic. The $8 option is a beautiful music video filmed in a Norwegian location. $6 is multiple sets, full production crew. $4 is one set, one outfit. $2 is self-made home video. Nah. That's like Blair Witch Project or whatever. If we choose that one.
Blair. Is that the British one?
Is that the one? I don't know. No, that's the found footage film, right?
Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind. I'm thinking about something else.
It's
Never
like
mind.
fake found footage. Yeah.
We either we go to Norway, right? Are we filming Heejin solo? Are we going to the Nordic countries, right? or are we filming like I would say a multiple set full production crew reminds me of like a Red Velvet music video a lot of the times. Like an SM
I think that
box
sounds
music
pretty
video,
good.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
That sounds okay.
most girl group videos typically have about what, like 3 sets or so. Like if you think about the Alice video
Yeah.
today, we had
Yeah.
the tennis set, we had the night set. There was one in between. I forget what it was.
A
but-
diner.
The diner.
Hey guys,
Diner.
we're on the second to last category, right? If
Yeah.
we spend $6 here, right? We're down to 17. We can splurge on the next category, and we could spend the $4 and get the nice dorm.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do the multiple set
6.
full production crew.
Yeah.
All right.
Standard. Mm-hmm.
You will spend $6 on the multiple sets and production crew, which takes us to $17.
Yeah.
Doug has decided to move. We are changing addresses.
No,
Apparently.
Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I need to see something.
Yeah,
I need to see something.
Let's go.
Okay.
To the, yeah.
Okay. We're still at music video. We spend $6. We have $17 remaining in the bank account. Oh wait. I should probably change that there. Actually. All right. From 23, we went to $17, and now we have to choose our pre-debut promotion campaign.
This is the last one, right?
This is the last
Okay.
one. This is the last one.
Alright.
Okay, we have 4 options. The $10 option is that we have a year-long debut project with multiple solo projects,
Ooh.
like a certain Jade Jung group.
Okay.
Our $7 option is to do a pre-debut reality show, like 16. The $3 option is to have a month-long social media promotion campaign. Standard stuff. The $1 option is to go to a busy area in Seoul and loudly yell their names into the crowds, who may or may not listen.
Oh, okay. We have $17 here. Here are the 2 options, guys. Right?
Yeah.
We either stay in the less nice dorm and we pick the $10 big debut project, or we choose pre-debut reality show plus nice dorm leaves us with $6, which is the same amount as we paid for the music video, so we can do it again for the second song.
Ooh, okay.
Those are the 2 options.
I feel like the pre-debut reality show is the safer option overall.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing From Miss Nine Idol School, right?
We're,
They're yeah,
we're doing From Miss 9, aren't we?
We're making From Miss Nine.
We're
here,
making
guys.
From Miss 9.
Wait. If we pick the $7 pre-debut show, we generate organic hype, right?
That's
And
true.
we get to put them in the nicer dorm because that's $4. We're down to $6, and we get to run back our music video for the second one.
That checks out.
That's granted we make enough profit for a second comeback. For a first comeback.
We chilling.
Okay. Okay.
Do we? No. What do you guys feel about that? I think the pre-debut reality show is instant popularity.
Yeah, realistically speaking, this wouldn't be 13710. It would be 131050 or something like that. But
Is it? Yeah.
yeah, realistically
jump.
speaking, that's the way it is. But if it was only $7, dude.
So here's the
Organic
thing.
hype, yes.
We make our reality show not only about us making a group, we make it about the company, and we show off our new local dance talent teachers, and we try to make the narrative very in-house organic type thing.
The road to the whole.
Started
Yeah.
from the
production.
bottom.
It's not only about making the group, it's about making the company type thing too.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Where the whole narrative is like, oh, we have a 23-year-old creative director because she just graduated college or something. Or our main choreographer just
family.
finished, she's 24 years old. You know?
Mm-hmm. We care about our employees.
Yeah, we could do that kind of narrative, dude. People will eat that shit up.
Oh yeah.
Because it's real. Yes.
And then we could show off, we spend extra money on our dorms because we feel like it's important for them to live in a nice place. Bro, we're just paying dividends here.
Okay. Are we cool with going with the pre-debut reality show for $7?
I think we do. And we
think we
make
do
it
as
not
well.
only about the
Yeah.
group, but about the company.
All right. We are
I
creating.
mean, I was thinking like, I'm okay with this decision. I'm okay with the $7 decision. But I was thinking like, the regular month-long social media promotion, I feel like works. But I feel like you have to be pretty well established at some point.
I agree.
Right? So I feel like, yeah, for the first thing ever.
Who's gonna
let's put it
follow an
this way.
account that nobody cares about?
Let's put it this way. If we do the pre-debut reality show, it is essentially a free social media platform because people are going to just clip our reality show, make TikToks out of it. If
Sure.
there's funny moments.
True.
Mm. Okay.
Dude, this could be really in-house. Like, we could also be the most open K-pop company where, like, we're the CEOs and they could film our meetings with the girls. We're like, guys, we gotta do this. There's never
What do you think
with
of
all
this?
these K-pop groups in this reality show. There's always a level of, like, upper brass makes decisions and how does it affect the kids versus we'll have a lot more transparency being like, this is why we're doing this. Like, it's like, girls, we can't live in the luxury apartment yet. Realistically, we're just starting. We're gonna live in a nice place, but we're gonna aspire to one day live in. Like, if we're very open about this process, people will find that it'll be easy to market that. Honestly,
We think it'll be easy to market that.
I think it would be.
Okay. We haven't done the market research to back that up yet.
I'll put it this way: as a K-pop fan for like 10, 15 years, the thing that people always want is more transparency in the industry.
This is true.
That's what's lacking right now.
Yeah. What I did enjoy about the recent Stacy comeback was like the behind the scenes stuff where like the girls were talking to Black Eyed Pilsen about like the concept. I mean, obviously they were trying to hype up Beautiful Monster, but it was cool kind of seeing all of that happen behind the scenes,
Yeah.
All right. We're adding additional layers of lore here. Reality show? We're extra transparency?
Reality
Yeah.
show.
I think that'd be fantastic.
All right. We're spending $7 on the pre-debut reality show, which leaves us with $10 originally. However, Doug mentioned that he wants to move the address of current living situation. Is that true? Do we want to do that? Or do we want to save the $10?
I think we do because I think it will be a worthwhile investment, not only for the longevity and health of our members, but we can use it as a marketing tool.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because if you're doing the reality show, you gotta show.
Yeah, we could be like, look, we're spending a lot of money and budget is tight, but we are willing because it is worth it to our kids.
It's kind of like the house thing that TripleS is doing. That's their whole thing is built around like their lore is built around houses and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we will spend the $4 extra and move the people to an apartment that has 2 more bedrooms. Let me just reorganize my screen real quick so that you get to see everything in one.
Is there any K-pop group that has twins in it?
There was twins that auditioned for Girls Planet from China.
Right.
That was a thing.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Not sure.
Liang sisters. Right?
Yeah, they haven't debuted yet, have they?
I have no clue.
Or maybe they did in Korea. I don't know.
No, in Japan. No, not Japan. China.
No, they were
from
China. This is
China,
Girls Planet. Yeah.
I kind of like our choices. I would say. I think it makes
I
sense.
think we're doing good.
All right.
Safe.
We have $6
Thoughtful.
remaining
$6.
dollars for the final result, which is this thing here. Oh, that doesn't fit. There we go. Final result. We will be holding a local audition.
Yep.
We will train our kids with local talent that teaches music and dance at a local college.
We're looking for up and comers.
Up and comers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna spend $7 and get the girls a large 4-bedroom apartment that is 10 minutes by foot to the company training facility. We're giving them a unique concept and a strong identity built from proven concept directors. We're going with standard generic dance music, but it's kind of good stuff, yeah. We are having a music video with multiple sets, a full production crew, and a pre-debut reality show to all wrap it up into
this sounds amazing.
promotion project.
Amazing.
Killing it.
We're killing it.
All right. Here's the deal. Here's the situation.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna run some random number generations, and we're gonna figure out how much profit we're gonna make, and hopefully
Oh dear.
in a couple weeks,
Random? Just random?
or maybe some input from the listeners. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll figure something out.
Okay.
But wait, can you give this group a name? Can you like the Pepper Gang or something? I don't know. Like
Pepper Gang. Go-to girls. No.
we're not calling them Culture Girls.
No.
All right. Well, for now, we'll call them the Soldier Girls because they haven't debuted yet, right? That's fine.
Oh God, that's such a bad name.
Temporary name, kind of like the Pledis Girls or whatever. Anyways,
Okay,
once they debut in this fake game we're playing.
Role playing right now.
Apparently, this is Dungeons and Dragons. All of a sudden, this group will return with a random amount of sum plus $6 in a remaining balance to do a comeback.
We're good. I think we're.
I
we're
like
okay.
this. I think it fits our narrative That we are trying to foster not only our idols, but we're trying to build up our creative directors and dance teachers and all that. The only people who are proven in the industry are our concept people. Everyone else is up and coming.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to figure out the number of groups that have controversies within 1 year of debut.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Are we going to roll RNG for it?
And we're going to roll on RNG
for
a controversy.
Wait, we should roll RNG for popularity and stuff, too. Oh. What did we hit?
This is just straight up D&D.
Yeah, we should do D. Wait, here's the thing. If someone actually created a D&D version of K-pop, people would love playing it, don't you think? It'd be so much fun.
It would be. Like, where's the K-pop simulator that everyone's been asking for?
Why isn't there such a thing?
There are
like
a couple.
Tycoon game.
Yeah, there are a couple. It's just not as good as people want them to be. What do we name this group? I don't know. We'll figure something out before we actually do this again.
If you have any suggestions for our SojuTalk girl group, let us know. It does not have to be SojuTalk related. Just think of a name of a girl group that you like.
Yeah.
The Pepper Girls.
Appropriate names.
Pepper Girls. Go choose.
All right. We're not gonna do that next week though. No, next week we're gonna do the girl group tier list. Which,
oh my goodness,
if you forgot or if you missed it at the top of the show, we right now are doing a communal girl group tier list, updated version 2022. You can submit your girl group tier list, and we're gonna average all the results and figure out how the nation thinks of the current girl group sphere, realm, industry, and we'll talk about the tier list next week. So if you want your voice to be heard, if you want to be a part of that tier list, go to our Discord. You'll find an announcement about it. There's a whole channel for it called GG Tier List. If you get lost, ask someone for the way. If you can't find a link, DM me on Twitter or Instagram, or go to our descriptions and you'll find the link to our Discord server.
Links.
Links are in the descriptions down below, as per usual. All right, Doug, do you have anything else to add?
I'd like to thank Minty Joy for sponsoring another
yes, please.
Yes, thank you.
SojuTalk Kpop Podcast. To find Minty Joy again, go to mintyjoy.com. Use the code SJT10 at checkout for a 10% discount. If you're confused about that or anything, just contact us and we'll help you out.
Yep.
Other than that, I think this has been a fun episode. We talked about good things. We talked about the EP210 thing, which I think was important for us to do. We had this fun thought exercise, which hopefully we could explore further in the future. This has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll see you guys next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.